The Palestinian militant group Hamas has formally relinquished security control of key crossings from the Gaza Strip to Egypt and Israel to its long-term rival, the Palestinian Authority, marking the first test of a fragile reconciliation accord agreed last month. PA employees moved into the Erez and Kerem Shalom crossings on the Israeli border and Rafah on the Egyptian border on Wednesday, as Hamas counterparts packed up equipment and departed. "We have handed over the crossings with honesty and responsibility, without bargaining and unconditionally," the Hamas leader, Ismail Haniyeh, said in a video address. The Palestinian Prime Minister, Rami Hamdallah, said in a statement that taking charge of the crossings would help the PA fulfill its duty to improve the living conditions of our people. Under an Egyptian-brokered deal to bring an end to the 10-year rift between the rival Palestinian factions that was agreed on the 12th of October, the PA is to resume full control of the Gaza Strip by the 1st of December. The two main Palestinian parties, the Fatah faction of Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas and the Islamist militant group Hamas, have run separate governments in the West Bank and Gaza respectively since 2007. The situation emerged after Hamas defeated Fatah in parliamentary elections in 2006. Fatah refused to recognize the result, leading to a near-civil war that saw Hamas push Fatah out of Gaza. Numerous attempts at reconciliation have ensued, but the latest effort looks the most serious yet. The issue of who controls the borders and runs government ministries is a key test, not least in loosening the Israeli blockade on Gaza, imposed after Hamas took control. Responsibility for land border crossings, and a coastal strip without a commercial seaport or airport, is crucial, as Palestinians and goods can only cross by these checkpoints. Both Egypt and Israel will want to ensure that no arms reach Hamas and other groups. Thank you for your feedback. Nikolay Mladenov, the UN's Special Coordinator for the Middle East peace process, described the transfer of control at the crossings as a landmark development in the reconciliation process, saying it was the positive momentum to be maintained. Israel has maintained a blockade on Gaza for a decade, with tight restrictions in place on the movement of people and goods at its crossings, citing the need to control Hamas and stop the Islamist movement from obtaining weapons or materials that could be used to make them. Egypt has largely closed its border as well. Gaza's 2 million residents suffer from worsening humanitarian conditions, with only a few hours of power a day and a lack of clean water. Control of the Rafah crossing at Gaza's southern border has long been a sticking point between the two Palestinian factions, and between Egypt and Palestinians in Gaza, for whom the crossing represents a vital gateway to the outside world. The move marks the most tangible implementation of the 11th of October reconciliation deal that Palestinians hope will ease economic restrictions on Gaza. Some of the most difficult issues remain, however, not least the future of Hamas' heavily armed 25,000-strong military wing, which has shown no sign of being ready to lay down arms, despite Hamas appearing to have signaled that it is ready to withdraw from the day-to-day governance of Gaza. Many Palestinians in Gaza remain deeply skeptical of a deal which has yet to bring about any significant improvements in their living conditions. The handover will not see the Rafah crossing fully opened yet, but it marks the first tentative step toward the long-hoped-for reopening of traffic for goods and people crossing to and from Egypt. The PA will begin operating the Erez and Kerem Shalom crossings immediately. A key issue before Rafah can be fully opened is the question of security on the Egyptian side of the border, in an area that has experienced a long-running insurgency by a local franchise allied to Islamic State, not least around the important regional hub of Erez. Hamas has ruled Gaza since 2007, when the Islamists asserted control in a near-civil war with Mahmoud Abbas' Fatah, which is based in the occupied West Bank, after Hamas won elections in 2006. Previous pushes for reconciliation have collapsed. 7 Palestinian militants were killed on Monday when Israel blew up a tunnel it said that stretched from Gaza into its territory and was intended to be used to launch attacks. The incident raised fears the timetable could be delayed, but both the PA and Hamas stressed they were committed to the agreement. Officials from both accused Israel of trying to disrupt the deal, but Israel's army said it was forced to act after its sovereignty was breached. All the major Palestinian factions are scheduled to meet in Cairo later this month to discuss the formation of a unity government. Israel has said it will reject any unity government that includes Hamas, and in which the Islamist movement does not disarm and recognize the Jewish state's right to exist. The Fatah-dominated Palestine Liberation Organization has recognized Israel, but Hamas has not.